The topic that I'm going to teach today is how to describe an appearance of a person in writing. This topic is part of writing skills in English and it is appropriate for elementary level from grade 3 to 6 or onwards if they need to know. By the end of this video, students will be able to, number one, they will be able to build character in a fiction. By fiction actually means story writing or narrative writing. Number two, they will be able to describe a person in a non-fiction. Non-fiction means a real story or biographies or even autobiographies of a person. The first thing you mention when you're writing is what they are. Whenever you're explaining the character in any story or in any non-fiction, you actually explain what they are, which means their gender, their stages of life. You need to mention whether they're male or female. And then the stage of life, are they baby, are they toddler, are they infant, are they teenager, or are they grown-ups or old? Then you need to mention their age. It is usually up to you if you need to mention the exact age of the person when you're writing a fiction story, and when you're writing a non-fiction, usually it's up to you if you want to mention the age, or if you want to mention uh, the age in, or you need to give an adjective to the age. They can be old, they can be young, they can be elderly, they can be teenage, they can be middle age, and they can be adolescent as well. When you're done with writing the age and the gender and the stage of life the specific person is, you go towards the general looks of that person. Once you have written the once you have actually written about what they are or what they look like, you need to mention the general looks. The general looks may be maybe they're handsome, maybe they're ugly. You know, it's actually the look which you perceive the moment you look at the person. They can be gorgeous, they can be hideous. If you're talking about a story, maybe they can be attractive, pretty, disfigured, cute, elegant, intelligent, whatever they look like. Then comes the skin. Since you will be mentioning or you will be writing about their appearance, the first thing that you see of a person is his or her skin. You'll be mentioning their, whether they're pale or maybe they're dark, or whatever skin tone they have, you will be mentioning those. You can even mention the skin, like the texture of the skin. Maybe they have soft skin, maybe they have hard skin, rough or velvety. It's up to you if you want to mention it. Face. That's the most important part whenever you are describing a person by their appearance. The first thing that comes to whenever you're talking about the face is the shape of the face. Is it oval? Is it long? Is it round? Is it square? Is it a heart shape or a diamond shaped face? Once you're done with writing about the face, you go towards the eyes. Because we usually say eyes behold this soul of a person. So you will be mentioning 4 things about the eyes: their color, their shape, general reviews, and the eyebrows. Colors are usually of different types. They can be black, brown, amber, blue, green, gray, hazel, and if the person is albino, they usually white with a slight hint of red in it. Then you mentioned the shape of the eye. They can be almond-shaped eyes, they can be wide set of eyes, they can be round, or maybe close set. They can be downturned eyes, or prominent, upturned. They can be very big or small, or deep set of eyes. Shape of the eyebrows usually define the face of the person. They make the shape, they give the lip of the shape as if the shape, the face is very rounded or straight, soft angled, or maybe hard angled, which is arched, or maybe an S-shaped eyebrow. So your sentence, when you're writing about the eyes or the face, it may turn out to be as if, I can give you one example where you may be writing, he had white set of eyes, they were hazel in color, he had straight eyebrows. Or maybe you can write in this way, he had white set of hazel eyes with straight eyebrows. It's all up to you, whether you want to use lots of sentences or maybe define, shorten it up and write it in one sentence. Then you go towards the nose. They can be big, pointed, crooked, flat, long, short, small, fat, button, hook nose, maybe cute or bulbous nose. They can be in any shape. And if you define, whenever you're telling the appearance of the person, when you define this nose of the person, it actually gives an overall view of the face of the person. And the reader who's reading that description can actually imagine the shape of that person in their mind. A very simple line is used to describe the lips of the person. They can be thin, they can be heart-shaped, they can be round, they can be wide. Maybe they can have heavy lower lip or heavy upper lip or thin upper lip or thin lower lip. It all depends on the face. Then comes the ear. They can be pointed, sticky, cauliflower, rounded. It's all up to you. Maybe you want to talk about the lobe of the person. Maybe that is the more prominent thing. Or maybe their ears are sticking out like PK. Or maybe they have narrow ears, which usually Pakistanis have. Or maybe they have round ear with a free lobe. You can even explain what kind of ear they have. Okay, let me stop here. Once you're done with the face, your sentence may be in such a way that, let me put it in some words. There was a person, he was a male, he had square-shaped face with a wheatish complexion with wide set of hazel eyes under straight eyebrows. He had thin lips with an upturned nose and square ears. Once you are done with the appearance of the face, to complete the picture in the mind of the reader or the person who is reading, you need to describe hair, which is very important. You can mention their color, you can mention their texture, their appearance, or maybe even the hairstyle if you're talking about a fiction. Hair color has a very wide range. They come from black to brown to red to ginger to blonde color, and they come in lots of other shades as well. Then comes the texture and the appearance. Appearance of the hair can be wild, scruffy, unkempt, or straight, long, mid-length, or maybe very short. The texture may be maybe they're straight or curl, rough, frizzy, or spiky. It can be any kind of texture, or maybe they're silky. Of course, once you're done with the hair color, the texture of the hair, the appearance of the hair, if you're talking about a fiction story, you need to mention the hairstyle. Because in a fiction story, in a narrative story, you always have to mention what the person's hair was because they actually define what kind of person it is. If it's a girl, it can be ponytail, pigtail, plaits, plaited hair, and braid, bun, bob. And if it's a man, it can be gelled, spiked, combed over, crew cut, dreadlocked, Mohicans, or quips. Once you're done with all of this, to give a very holistic view of someone or to to complete the description of that person, you give some distinguishing features. They can be the double chin of a person, or maybe a pointed chin, or dimple on the near the lips, or prominent forehead. They can be mole, warts, or any other specific feature on the figure. It can be freckles as well. Okay. Now that you've understood the whole concept of writing the description of a person's appearance in a story, let's practice. And if you need to take some help from the presentation, you can, but let's practice. Write a very small paragraph where you describe the appearance of a person. You can even take a character from a movie, from a book, even from your own life. It can be your mother, father, sibling, friend, or maybe you can practice on yourself. Write about your own appearance. Let's see how good you are.